I didn't realize Renans oppressed their own kind, too.
And yet, weirdly, none of them seem to mind. Am I the only one who finds that strange?
It is the way things have always been, so no one thinks to question it. You have experience in that regard yourself, do you not?
Unquestioning acceptance of your own servitude. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Even so, the quality of life here seems much higher than any Danon city we visited. I used to think it was impossible to build an ideal society without wealth. But I suppose having it doesn't always mean people are treated fairly either.
More to the point, not a single citizen seems to have even heard of the Red Woman.
What if she's not here? What if it turns out we're looking in the wrong place entirely?
It's still too early to say anything for sure.
For all we know, she might be able to blend in, move around unnoticed. I say we hold off judgment until we've exhausted every avenue.
Tell me, Dohalim, has that skill of yours got a name?
And what skill would this be, pray tell?
You know, when you're talking to people around town. The way they suddenly become putty in your hands.
I'm afraid I don't quite follow.
I do. It's called friendly intimidation. Look imposing and speak in a deep, booming voice, and presto, you'll have people wrapped around your finger in no time.
I would never stoop to such scandalous tricks. Any feelings of intimidation are solely in the eye of the beholder.
So there is a knack to it! How do you learn it? Can anyone do it?
Now you've got me curious. Is there special training to master?
Let's see. An obsession with being elegant is a must. Oh, and it helps to be old-fashioned, too. Bonus points if you speak in a way no one can understand.
If you've a bone to pick with me, it'd be quicker to just come out and say it.
What? They look up to you, that's all. I'm just helping them along.
Hey! What's got into Alvin and Law all of a sudden?
I can barely understand a word they're saying. And what's with the weird poses? Was it something they ate?
I hope you're willing to take the blame for this one.
I wasn't expecting them to take me so seriously. I'll go and have a word with them. What could be so important? It's worth destroying people's livelihoods and homes in the process. It's just unbelievable. Uprooting an entire city as if it were mere building blocks. Someone's got an awful lot of questions to answer.
From how it looks, they must be siphoning off astral energy from Dana, and then sending it to Rena.
But why do all this? What for? Surely they can't be using all that energy for the crown contest.
Whatever their purpose, disrupting their siphoning process alone won't be sufficient. Not while we still don't know what their endgame is.
He's right. We need to stop this from happening ever again.
This Forbidden Zone might be where we find some answers, right? So what are we waiting for? Let's get moving!
You heard him. We don't have time to stop and chat. Let's move. There's something I just don't get.
What is it?
The crown contest itself has always gone ahead as planned, right? In which case, the current sovereign of Rena should be whoever it was that won the previous contest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So, who was it then?
Hanfricht Milgras, the former lord of Cislodia, if memory serves.
So then this Hanfried whatchamacallem, he's the current ruler of Rena?
The last I heard, yes. Though, admittedly, I haven't actually seen him since the end of the previous contest.
You're saying that ever since becoming sovereign, he's never actually shown himself on Lenegus?
I guess over holocom maybe, but not in the flesh. Same thing goes for the sovereign that came before him.
Now that you mention it, I don't recall anyone ever visiting Lenegus from the motherland, sovereign or otherwise.
And that never struck you as a little bit odd?
When you live here, it's as if you're conditioned not to notice all these strange quirks and discrepancies. The question is then, by whom? And to what end?
A new Renis Alma is supposedly created to coincide with every crown contest, meaning each victor is awarded their very own. In other words, if that's true, there should be as many of the things out there as there have been contests.
True, but Going on what we witnessed in Pelagian, it didn't look like the sort of thing that could be made to order. But if even the victor's speeches have been part of some grand deception, then where are they? Quite frankly, I'm not even sure what to believe anymore.
You and me both. Though we are Renan by blood, neither of us even knew that such a thing as a Dark Master Core existed, remember?
With any luck, the Forbidden Zone might give us some answers.
No use standing around here chatting about it then. Let's get a move on.
Doe?
Faria.
Varia? Isn't that the person that Avakir guy was...
But why are you here? Wait. Don't tell me you've given up on the crown contest and come crawling back home from Dana already. Nothing to say? Even though you were willing to kill Tarnigan to secure your position as Lord, you still...
Kill?
I'm here to take care of something. If you wish to continue this conversation, I only ask that you wait until I'm finished.
Oh, of course. You always did prefer to take the coward's way out. Even after 7 years and living on that Danon rock, you haven't changed one bit. But let me tell you, I haven't changed either. Not a day's gone by the past 7 years that I haven't hated you.
If killing me will bring you peace, then so be it.
Dohalim, what the hell are you saying?
First, I have business to take care of. If it's vengeance you seek, I will grant you it. But you must wait. My sins are legion. Let me finish what I came to do. Then you have my word. I will let you do whatever brings you peace.
Sure, that's it. Run away like always. You don't even have the courage to die. No wonder you leave it to someone else. You're just a coward!
Dohalim.
I apologize that you had to witness that.
Is it true? What she said about you killing someone?
Each of us have our pasts. I am no exception.
Before, back in Menancia, you mentioned having taken a friend's life over the throne. Is that what she meant?
The mistakes I made there were not my first, and may not be my last. I will say no more.
Did you mean what you said? About letting her take your life if she wanted to?
She has more right to my life than anyone.
But you can't just...
Whatever happens, I have sworn to put an end to the crown contest, and to ensure continued coexistence in Menancia. I have no intention of expiring before I do so. There are far too many questions I still seek answers to. Besides, you have just as much reason to kill me as she does.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Some things are best left unsaid.
So, I've been wondering, do you think when Lenegus was built, it was even made with people living here in mind?
What do you mean?
Well, none of this happened by coincidence, right? They must have designed it to transform like this. But then, if they knew people were going to live here, you'd think they would have taken that into consideration, to avoid all this chaos.
Ordinarily, yes. You'd think so. Trust me, as far as we were concerned, Lenegus was our home, nothing more. No one knew about all this. It makes you wonder whether the city was just built on as an afterthought. But if so, to what exactly?
Sorry. That probably sounded weird, huh?
Not at all. Sometimes it takes an outsider's eye to help you notice what you've been missing all along. This place is a mystery, that's for sure. Something tells me we'll find answers where we're going, though.
Yeah, you're right, Shion. I'm sure we will.
What's this thing?
Wow, this place is beautiful!
Yeah, it must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the locals.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
Is something the matter, Dohalim?
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play music together. Avakir, Faria, and Tarnagan. That was a lifetime ago now.
Tarnagan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority and introduced her to Tarnagan and Avakir. It was a time of great joy. 4 people bound only by their love of music, with no care for social standing. Only the next song, the next melody.
A friendship based on mutual respect, and a society where everyone is a prisoner to their social class. You really are different, Dohalim.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints and choosing your friends based solely on affection is something beautiful that's worth cherishing. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnagan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnagan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnagan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty, instead I decried my fate and looked away from what I'd done. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now. The Danans there would still be suffering under Renan oppression like before.
Shion's right. What other lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself. The burden you've placed on your own shoulders is too much for anyone to bear.
Frank as always. But I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shion. I promise he does.
I hope you're right. Alphen.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe, but I still wanted to say thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know... you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
That came out great. Everyone's gonna be real surprised.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight.
Host! I am Lord Dohalim of Elda Menancia. I command you.
The rest of the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they've got one.
Take this!
Sleep now.
Be my guest.
Fire support! These two!
Glacial spear. Here's the evil. Not on my watch. That'll bring you down.
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw! Talon hurricane! Pass through! Rising light!
That's my field.
Shut him down.
Eat this!
Hurricane thrust!
First strike!
More where that came from.
Dragon swarm! Armor won't save you!
Steel. Here I go. Radiant. I'm out of ammo. More where that came from.
Watch this!
By the power of flame.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies, nothing more. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros. The ones in blind devotion to Volron.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries. At least we'll know to keep our wits about us.
Hey, look at that enemy!
I have a bad feeling about this.
Go!
Rising Wyvern!
Annihilation!
Swallow Blade! Burn in hell!
These ones can run rings around us!
Sonic Thrust!
First aid! This one's mine!
Rising Wyvern!
Can't be
Damn it! It's too fast!
Stand back! I'll trip it up.
Here I come! Demon Dog laying inside me! Yours to be let free!
Get toasty!
Burn Strike!
Lunar corruption!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang! Burn in hell!
Malevolence! Arctic waterfall! Breeze lancer! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! I'm out of air back into the
Rain
water!
Strike!
Now I'm in the blade! Annihilate force by the power of
Sonic
flame!
Thrust!
Vanish without a trace!
Crush! It's on! Crush!
Explosion! Illuminate the target!
Do you require a hand?
Holy Gemini Aqua!
Rising Wyvern! Ignite!
Eagle Fly! I'll finish you here and now!
Rising Wyvern!
Without a trace! Waterfall! Seal!
Dazzle! Crit!
I'll
Max!
be saving this one! Hear me! Flame of
Dragon
Fury!
Sword!
More can handle this! More where that came from! Light astral energy!
Step back! This one's all law!
Here
No
goes!
backing down!
Here I go!
Rising
On my
Wyvern!
watch! Coming to the tough field!
In a bind?
Talent Storm! Rising Roar!
Ready!
Armor won't save
I
you!
think I'll pass on the handshake.
Flash!
Where are you going?
Illuminate the target! Yours to be let free!
Will this Holy Lance! Talon Hurricane! Healing
Demon
Sword!
Fang!
This!
Double Demon Fang!
Pull myself together. Raging Cascade! By the power of water!
First Strike!
Heal us! Flame of Fury!
Here I come!
Field!
Dragon Roar! Try this!
Cycle!
Slash! Sonic Thrust!
More Hurricane!
Leave the chargers to me!
Holy Lance!
First Strike! You're done! Sword Rain Alpha! Blow away! Eternal Devastation!
I could do this all day!
Illuminate the Alpha! Come forward! Holy Lance!
First Strike! Dragon Swarm! Try this! Explosive Ring!
Field!
Ignite!
Inferno Punch!
Sword
Now
Rain
you see
Alpha!
what I can... Now I'm in the groove!
Need to pull my... That'll bring you down!
Blow away!
In a bind?
Crush Storm!
Raging
Double Demon Fang! Take this!
Damn it! Back into the press!
These fists have got your name on them!
Dazzle! Rising Falcon!
Gale Force into the dance of the
Rising
wind!
Falcon!
Field!
It's on! Try harder!
Storm! Annihilation!
Burn!
Lightning Orb! More where that came from! Raging Cascade!
Sword Rain Alpha! Raining
Magic is all!
Take this!
Healing Spell!
No further!
Lightning Condemned!
Sword Rain Alpha!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop it.
Confiscated!
Take
Illuminate the
I
dark!
have no limits!
Holy glimmer!
Double demon bang!
I can carve through armor!
I'll heal you all!
Demon
It's in the
bang!
sky!
Demon bang!
Kizara! Go for it!
Prepare to crumble!
Remember to tell me if you need healing.
I expect you'll be in high demand if that's the case.
No backing down!
Bring it down! Demon bang!
Handle it.
I'm on your mark!
Then you leave me no choice!
I see one, eh?
Eagle fly!
Easy
guaranteed.
Yeah,
And pummeling to me!
Dragon
Now!
pierce through!
Gemini
Demon bang! Prepare to be seared!
Magic is in!
Take this!
Sonic throw!
I'll be saving this one! Dance to the wind!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free! Ignite!
The enemy wields arts too.
We'll soon see about that!
Soaring Alpha! My shield! We're not finished!
Here's evil!
Demon
Do it! Run well! Demons descend! Flashing fang!
Lightning condemned! Radiant
There you are!
Illuminate the
Fort! Listen! Take this!
That'll bring you down.
Talon Hurricane!
Chocolate flash!
Denied.
Burn! Oh! Now I'm real mad!
Annihilation!
Hurricane!
Thunder Field!
Soaring
Now!
Light Spear!
Ridwell! Astral Energy! Full throttle!
I can feel my power growing!
Gone!
You got
Lightning condemned!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Smash you!
Annihilation!
I won't show you any mercy! Now you'll learn! Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! You're mine!
It does it!
Holy Land!
You're
Explosion!
Swallow Blade!
Here, let me help!
Pierce through!
It's time! I'm just getting
Mirage!
No further!
Dragon Swarm! I'm on you! Explosive Ring!
Tear you apart!
Healing Storm!
Hold nothing back! Swallow Blade! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! Chocolate Flash!
Kizara, I'll stop your movement.
And I'll stop your life!
Nice. No scratches on my shield or my armor.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
It'll be a breeze. Get in, get out!
That'll bring you down.
Storm!
Burn in hell!
Blow away!
Time to cross blade!
I can carve through armor!
Swallow Blade!
Flash!
Watch this! Swallow Blade!
Eagle assault!
Pierce through!
In a bind?
I'm all
Demon Fang! This one keeps charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! I'll leave it to you! Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno! Slash! Swallow Blade! Take this! Ignite! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Light Spear! Chocolate Flash! You're mine! Chocolate Flash!
Prepare to be sealed! Can't get out of this! What's this?
Devastation! Mirage!
That'll bring you down.
Dragon Swarm! Eternal Devastation! Demon Fang!
Magic is in!
Here it comes!
Carve through armor!
More for the stockpile!
You picked the wrong fight!
Strike!
First strike!
Tear you apart!
Swallow Blade! Double Demon Fang!
Eagle assault!
Dragon Swarm!
You see what happened there as you crossed me.
Prepare to be
Shouldn't have done that.
Pierce
Red ready!
Swallow blade!
Not on my watch! Here!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
Here's a healing arc!
Shockwave smoke! Look sharp! Lightning tiger blade!
Everyone's still in one piece?
Right, here goes!
Take this! Eat this!
Far enough!
I'll tear you apart!
Ignite!
Lightning orc!
Watch it!
It's like trying to keep up with a wall!
Flash you!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Photon, lightning
Time to
condemn!
get Shockwave Flashes! Demon
Eat
Fang!
dirt!
Destruction!
Gemini Ultra!
Eternal Devastation!
Where are you going?
Double Demon Fang!
Wind Astral
Swallow
Energy!
blade!
Illuminate the flame! Finish with a Holy Land!
Dust to dust!
Dazzle! Rising Distance! Big Blast!
Take this!
Ludo!
Can't get out of this! Eat this!
Soaring Light Spear!
Here I go! I'm only getting
It's on! That's right! You picked the wrong fight!
Eat this!
Double dust!
I'll heal you here!
I'll finish you here now!
You're mine! I owe you one! You're mine! Time to let it rip! Double Demon Fang!
Do it!
Remote!
Astral Energy!
Say no more!
Hear me! Flame
Anything in
Fury!
order to
Dragon Form!
Glacial
Sonic
Spear!
Drop!
Here's
Take
evil!
this!
Do it!
Still!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
Everyone hanging in there?
Little help! Here I go!
Can't get out of this!
I'm only getting started! That's it! Sleep
Go
now!
away!
Swallow Blade!
They really don't give up, do they?
Fall back!
Long down!
Not today!
Fire support!
Sword Lane Alpha! Raining Slap! Eternal Devastation!
Nothing gets by me!
Demon Fang!
This ends now!
Consider yourself finished! Swallow Blade!
Lightning condemned! There!
Demon Fang! Double Demon Fang!
Finish without a trace! Holy Land! Dragon Steel!
Time to let it rip!
Punch!
Confiscated!
Do it!
Astral Energy! Full throttle!
Rising Weapon!
I can carve through armor!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
Here, let me help!
Pierce through!
In a bind!
First aid!
Swallow dance!
Deal!
You're
Into
mine!
the shadows!
You picked the wrong fight!
Lightning Storm! Do it! Astral Energy! Full throttle! With this, I can become even stronger. Get lost!
Demon Fang! Demon Fang! Destruction! Take down their defenses! Double Demon Fang! Thanks!
I'll be saving you!
Glimmer
Rising Wyvern! Now or never!
This one's mine!
Far enough!
Here's the evil!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Now you see what I can do!
Will this help?
Double Demon Fang! Ignite!
Swallow dance! So much! Not on my watch!
Rising Wyvern!
Champion!
I'll crush you! Lightning reflexes! Tenebrous claw!
First strike! Sonic thrust! Sword Alpha!
Lunar corruption!
Rising Phoenix! Rising Wyvern! Lunar Rising Phoenix! Double Demon Fang!
Can't get out of this!
Destruction!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Don't get careless.
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was Sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway. So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to, she looked exactly like Shion.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shion. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago. The night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too. And not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegus. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw? But how? And why?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shion, you okay?
Yeah. It was all just a little sudden. That's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those. Reliving painful episodes from your past. Do you think you can handle it?
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was, it might also lead to answers about your thorns.
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion, there's no telling what could happen in here.
Faria, how did you get in here?
Wait, something about her isn't right.
What's wrong with her? She doesn't even seem to know where she is.
Yeah, you're right. She looks just like the soldiers we encountered outside.
A summoning?
But that's preposterous. She never had that kind of power when—
We can talk later. Here it comes!
What? I've never known Faria to control Zugos like that before.
How about with a stone that looks suspiciously like a master sword?
Where did she get her hands on that?
First we handle the Zugals. Then we get some answers. I owe you one.
Here
Aim for
goes!
the weak spot.
Where are you going?
Thanks.
Not in your dreams!
I'll heal you all! Double demon fang! Burn in hell! I can do this all day!
Raging storm!
Burn!
Purge malevolence! Arcade
Sword Rain
waterfall!
Alpha! Blow away!
In a vine?
Swallow dance!
Here's the lightning!
Watch this! Rising Wyvern! Soaring Red Spear! I'll run you through! I'm on!
Out of ammo!
Dragon
I'm on
Shell!
the
Rising Wyvern! Rising Phoenix! This isn't looking good!
Raging cascade! Explosion! In here!
Double demon fang!
A charge like that could easily be fatal.
Just as well, I'm here to stop.
I'll bring you back from dance in the wind!
Here I throbbed in
In
pain.
here!
Will this help?
Not done yet!
Leave the charge on me! That'll bring you down.
Take this!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Come forth! Holy
Burn it
healing
out!
art!
Not
Holy
done yet! I owe you one! I'm on! Take this!
Eagle Fire!
Whirlwind!
Here's the
Demon
healing
fang!
art!
Now, while it's reeling!
Take it down!
I'll finish you here and now! Internal punch! I'm not done! Lunar Rondo! Rising Phoenix!
Here's the evil!
Inspiration!
Freeze Lancer!
do this all day! Take
Lightning
this!
condemned!
Demon fang!
Illuminate the
Down.
dark!
Can't get out of this! Hurricane Dance!
Healing circle!
Hurricane Thrust!
Annihilate now!
Look sharp! Lightning Tiger Blade!
Eat this! Not on my watch!
Storm! Lunar Rondo! Burn!
Nothing gets by me! Now I'm in the good mood! And here
comes the big one!
Lightning attack! Don't give up!
I can carve through armor!
I'll bring you back from death to this! Light energy! Raging
Okay! I can do this all day!
That'll bring you down!
Stop! Watch it! It's time! Swallow Blade! In a vine! Sword Rain Alpha! Eagle Fire! You're mine! Dragon Form! Glimmer! Watch this!
More where that came from!
Swallow Blade!
Annihilation! Magna
Dragon Form! Big Blast! Eternal Devastation! Double Demon Fang! Stay away from my friends!
I'll bring you back from death's abyss.
Rising Wyvern!
Here I go.
In a vine?
Rising Wyvern!
Shine! Radiant light!
You picked the wrong fight!
Regenerate!
Double Demon Fang!
He who prepares is free from regret.
Annihilation!
Demon
He
Fang!
who prepares is free
I'm
from
almost impressed!
high praise coming from you.
I said almost. Don't get carried away.
Take this in the sky,
Tiger
blind.
Attack you!
Here,
Eternal Devastation!
I can't heal you forever. With the best, people.
Destruction! Deity!
Here, let me help. First aid.
Here I throbbed
Swallow
in pain.
Blade!
I'm gone. Inferno blessing. Power of
Can't get out of this!
Annihilation!
Try harder! Hold
Here's the
nothing
healing
back!
art! First aid!
Try harder!
I'm gone.
Megasonic Thrust! Ignite!
Lightning! Downfall! I'm out of ammo!
Rising Wyvern!
Aid!
Coming through! Ha! Now! Scarlet Inferno!
I'm all stopped up.
Sword Rain Alpha!
It's this it? I couldn't make it in time.
Everlasting
Radiant light! Searing
Negative
fire!
Resonate with the earth! I can carve through armor!
How about this?
Magna ray!
I'm ready! Shion!
Get toasty!
Bird Strike! Now it's just her!
Faria! Can you hear me? Faria!
She's preparing another summoning!
The art she's casting is way too powerful to control. At this rate, her body won't be able to take much more.
Dohalim!
Forgive me. Man, I thought we were goners.
Everything okay?
Yes. She's only unconscious.
Not her. I meant you.
Shion, please. Can you treat her?
I can try, but I can't promise she'll be back to her real self when she wakes up. All I can do is heal her physically.
We're not even supposed to be in here. Maybe it'd be better if we moved her to somewhere a little safer. Don't you think?
In that case...
I'll take her off your hands.
You?
Avakir, what are you doing here?
I was curious what you were up to, so I took the liberty of following you to find out. I overheard what you said about Tarnigan, about how he really died. I'm sorry, I had no idea.
And you believed me? What makes you so sure I wasn't lying?
I like to think I know you a little better than that, Dohalim. Give me some credit. I'll take Faria. Leave her with me. I know better than to ask what you're up to. But whatever it is, I hope it all works out.
Thank you.
He seems like a good friend.
He hasn't changed. He never was one to stand out. Instead, he was always hanging back, worrying about everyone else. As for Faria, it's always the closest to me who get hurt.
You don't seriously blame yourself for what happened to her, do you?
Somebody got to her, to strike back at me. Someone who knew me well enough to know that I'd hesitate to fight back. And the same goes for you as well. Neither you nor Faria would have lost loved ones, if it wasn't for me.
You're wrong. Kelzelik was the one who killed my brother, under orders from Almadria. As for Tarnigan, if it weren't for the crown contest, he'd still be alive. That and the whole damn hierarchy that makes it possible. But that's why we're fighting. To put an end to this whole messed up system that treats people as expendable.
Indeed. Ridding society of this blight is really the only way I know how to atone for my sins.
You can't atone, Dohalim. I know it hurts to hear, but those people are dead. No amount of soul-searching or trying to make amends is going to change that. Forgiveness, acceptance, those ships have sailed.
So I just forget the harm I caused?
No, the opposite, in fact. You remember. You never forget. You keep it in your heart always. And then you go on living. Not for those already passed, but for those still alive.
For those still alive.
Kisara's right. So long as we've still got breath in our bodies, we can make a difference in the lives of others. Lives being the operative word.
That's what living's all about. Being able to still make a difference. Punishing yourself for the past won't make the pain of your conscience go away.
Only fixing the problem in its stead. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. You have to live for tomorrow, Dohalim, not for yesterday. And not only that, you need to live for yourself, and for the change that you still can be.
I shall try.
Don't forget, we've still got a mystery to solve. The Forbidden Zone, remember?
Shion.
Huh?
Thank you. You have my deepest gratitude for what you did for Faria.
Glad to be of service.
I'm glad we could stop Faria without hurting her.
You all did much for her as well. I'm most grateful.
Oh, shucks. We're on the same team, right? What is it, Rinwell? Do you hear something again?
Yeah. It's that voice.
The will of Dana's astral energy.
What? There's so much astral energy. But where's it all coming from? It's almost like it's alive.
That was the spirit channeling ceremony just now. No, it was more than that.
What the hell was that? It felt like everything was on the brink of... like the whole world was seconds from...
Oblivion. It's the same vision as the one my thorns show me. A vision of impenetrable darkness that swallows up us and everything else.
An empty void. A nothing so complete and dominating that there aren't even words to describe it. The end of time.
The visions of the apocalypse you've been seeing. If I'd known how bad they were,
So, everything we just saw, those were Naori's memories, right?
That's right. It was as if her innermost thoughts were speaking directly to us. At least I know they weren't mine.
That power flowing into her. It reminds me of Shion's thorns. If they're what's responsible for all these visions she's been having, then maybe...
Maybe my thorns are made from that same astral energy?
If that is the case, we just found the missing link between your thorns and what happened here 3 centuries ago. No, more than a link. Perhaps even the very heart of the matter.
I've never felt astral energy so powerful. What was that?
If it's the same energy your thorns are made of, it must be dark astral energy, right? And isn't that something only Renans have?
Correct. Dark astral energy is possessed by Renans alone.
And when enough astral energy gathers together, it develops its own form of sentience. If so, maybe that complete oblivion is exactly what the Renan astral energy's will is wishing for. But why?
I don't know. Will can be a pretty vague thing to nail down. It's more of a feeling, just like the will of Dana.
But the will of Dana is made up of astral energy too, right? And if that's what's been showing us these visions... I don't know, should we really be getting so involved with this thing?
Dana's will would never want oblivion.
But you can't say that for sure!
Cut it out, you two. Squabbling over theories will get us nowhere.
Let's keep moving. If it's Dana's will showing us these memories, then I'm as clueless about its motives as any one of us. But if it could lead us to